Hey everyone, hope you're well. So I thought I'd do this video, just kind of what I've been kind of focusing on actually. I've been doing a bit of research on law, and especially at these times we got to be aware what's going on and how to deal with it, you know. And the Lord had showed me quite a few things actually, which I want to share with you. So, yeah, I mean, I've been on Facebook and I've been sword fighting with people I don't know. They're not my friends either, and they come from nowhere. It's like the devil's attacking me now, and so it's quite hilarious actually. I've noticed that there are two camps now. There is a divide, for definite. So it's not even about Christians and non-believers anymore. What I noticed is that you've got these kind of lukewarm Christians to the religious freaks and liberal snowflakes as one, and the other is Bible believing, you know, born again Christians on fire for the Lord, and non-believers who are woke. So you got two, you know, and it's crazy. I just like, whoa, this is I never expected this. I'm asking the Lord what's going on, because I'm getting attacked by Christians too, or they're keeping silent. They're looking at my post and saying, "Oh God, I don't know what's going on with her." I'm speaking out. I've got a voice. We're not supposed to be silent. We are supposed to expose the enemy and also share the gospel. That's our job. So I get a lot of Christians just throw like, what about Romans 13? Yeah, what about Romans 13? Read the whole chapter, innit? Don't just stick with the verses 1 and 2. Because verse 3 says, "For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Will thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same." We're not doing what the Lord has told us to do. He wants us to be bold. Be bold for him, you know. Call out the evil. Stop hiding under your bed over this imaginary deadly virus. As I've said, you know, I don't trust this system completely because it's corrupt, and I'm, you know, I'm not subjected to it. I'm not conformed to it, and I will speak out. I've got a God that God's given me. I'm not going to be silent. Being silent is actually giving consent. Yeah. So, you know, it's up to you. You know, you can either keep your mouth stush and, you know, let them do whatever, eh? So, yeah, I'm looking into the laws, and because we know that the whole agenda is to force these mandatory vaccines, and I've been researching a lot, because the thing is, it's not about you know, going out there fighting on a physical level. This is a spiritual battle. They know that most people ain't got a clue about law, and so they can do whatever, innit? So I suggest, brethren, you look into this, you research the law system, and know your rights. So, you know, I've been doing loads of paperwork here. This is a notice for whoever tries to push these vaccines. This is a refusal of vaccine for cause. This is a vaccine liability. So, you know, it's a whole, you know, information there for me to look into. I'm looking out for me and my children, and I want to share this also with you guys as well, because we got to be using our noddle a bit more. So right from the beginning, when you were born, when your mother gave birth, we see it as birth, birth, but they see it as birth, using the Maritime Law. They use terms relating to sea, because you're dead at sea, you see. You got to learn all these terms. I'm not going to go into it too much now, but a great book you need to look for is this, Fruit from a Poisonous Tree by Melvin Stamper. This is great. This will give you knowledge on how this corrupt system has messed up with all of us in it. So I'm going to go through the hierarchy of laws, the system, you know. So what I read here, you know, there are terms where you might think, oh no, that's like new age term. No, just hear me out, yeah. So the first is the universal laws, and it deals with energies. Main principle, whatever energy you put out must come back at you. Then underneath that is natural laws. This deals with the natural ways of all objects and beings which have manifested in the third dimension. So look into natural law and common law, okay? So underneath that is laws of maxim, also known as God's laws. These laws come straight out from the Bible and are the highest laws of the land. They are rights given by God to all beings and cannot be taken away by anyone. The next one underneath is sovereign, human being, a being that is master of self. And this is not, we're not talking about self-love here, self-empowerment or anything like that. These are the laws, and this is exactly what each one is. It operates under the God's laws, has the ability to create laws and constitutions for itself and corporations that it creates. Okay, then you have contract law, a set of laws which sovereigns worldwide adhere to in commerce, offer and acceptance, which equals contract. Treaties, laws made between two sovereigns that deal with a particular tract of land. Constitution, laws created by a sovereign that govern a corporation created by a sovereign. Federal codes, codes which govern corporations within corporations include UCCs. Corporation, a dead fictitious entity, that's what they consider us, operates under the laws of the constitution developed by the sovereign, does not have the ability to create laws, can only create codes, statutes and ordinances. Police, corporations and agents, private agencies of corporations they belong to, equivalent to a private citizen. And citizen, a slave of the corporation to which it pledges, does not have rights, only has privileges which are given to it by the corporation to which it pledges. Now, these corporations, they have another lingo. It's called legalese, and it's these rules and regulations to keep the masses, lower, beneath them as slaves. It's totally, tits up. It's upside down. If we know our rights, we are God's children, and so we need to step up and understand this law system, peeps, because they've swindled the whole law system to benefit them, the 1%. Okay, so governments, attorneys and courts, that is called dog Latin. Dog Latin is the use of all capitalized letters in court documents, and it is classified as foreign language. So when you get a letter from authorities or whatever and they capitalize your name, well, that's not really you. Okay, so and it's really cleverly done, I swear down. And this is how they get people, the use of 2 or more languages in any court documents is not lawful, and it is fraud. All documents or court documents that have any capitalized words are written in 2 different languages. So the Legalese language, there are 2 meanings for one word, or 3 even. And when you're speaking, they're hearing something else now. So if you don't understand the law system, it's best to just keep silent, Don't say nothing. Don't answer any questions when you get pulled by a copper or whatever and they're asking your name. You just say, I don't answer any questions. And they might say, why? I don't answer any questions. They will continue and you just keep silent. You're better off that way, or otherwise if you use the wrong lingo, then you put yourself right into it, don't you? So you got to watch that. You really got to watch that. I'm just flabbergasted, to be honest, like what is going on in the world at the moment, and we got to know our God-given rights. We know the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom, and he shares everything with you if you are truly within all your heart. You ask for his help and he will show you. The Lord led me to Proverbs chapter 3 verses 1 to 7. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favour and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. There you go. God tells us all, and I just, personally, I know I've kind of like come to a decision where I know that I'm not gonna conform in any way. we're evil. There's no way. And I'm going to be prepared when time comes, and they try and flex their muscles. As I said, this is a spiritual war. Be wise. This is not about going out there protesting and shouting this, that and the other. That's not really going to help. Yet I believe that we should, the people, get together and voice our rights, and let them know that we're not going to tolerate this, and it has to be a peaceful protest. That's fine. There is a huge London gathering on the 16th of this month, this Saturday, and I'm planning to go. People are in so much fear. They're staying at home, and what they don't realise is that actually that's weakening your immune system. You need to get out there. You need to be around people. I'm glad a lot of people are doing gardening. They're growing their own food, because now you're mingling in with the nature, soil. I mean, I don't know, a lot of people know that I eat soil on a regular basis as well, but that's me. You don't have to go there. But so we need to be strong. We need to eat healthy, eat the right foods, and exercise. Go out and hug people. It's really important that we need to hug people. This whole social distancing, wearing your masks, you can't communicate. You're not allowed to have any contact. This is crazy, people. This is really crazy. There is no evidence of this deadly virus. This is just been propaganda to an extreme, I swear down. A lot of people saying, yeah, but the people are dying. Yeah, they're all dying of various conditions that they've probably had before, or are probably developing now at home through stress. Stress is the biggest killer. My goodness, a huge spike on the cortisol, and it's just people are killing themselves being at home. As these energy vampires, they're feeding on the masses' fear, and we gotta step up, peeps, man. Really, if we don't do it now, you're gonna have to answer to your children, one day. People, we gotta stick together in this. It is us and them. So this was just a quick video, just letting people know what I'm doing at the moment. I'm also doing a lot of creative stuff as well, getting back into my art again. I had a bit of a block, as they say, a bit of a, similar to a writer's block. The Lord blessed me with a banjo, and I'm now practicing. So we finished reading Psalms, me and my daughter, and during that whole time, the Lord was pressing on my heart that I must sing praises to Him. I mean, I worship, I pray, I read His word, and but I'm not singing at the moment. I'm not playing a string instrument as such, and I've always fancied learning to play the banjo. So the Lord blessed me through a random brother, because I couldn't afford to buy a banjo, and a brother just sent me the money, and I was like, oh wow. It was the next day, because I prayed about it, and so we're now reading Revelation at the moment, me and my daughter, because she said, Mum, I really feel we need to read that again. So we're really paying attention to every single word, And during this time, I was talking to a brother in Christ, and we were just chatting away. And there is one particular song from Johnny Cash, "The Man Comes Around." And yeah, so I'm going to sing that spoken word, really, in my English accent, and play the banjo rather than the guitar. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, it's I'm focusing on what I need to do, preparing for what is to come, and singing praises to the Lord. That's really important to me. So yeah, I hope you're all right, and you're looking after yourself. Go out there and enjoy God's creation, and I'll yeah, see you soon.